Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cordant and we are back for some more Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. So in the previous episode I was complaining about not having a lot of combat because this game has a lot more dialogue than PoE1, or at least that's what it seems to me at the moment. And we got ambushed. We got ambushed in a very nasty fight where Aloth just got downed right at the start. Partly because the pathing in this game is very funky. There was supposed to go one way, he went the other way, everything got messed up. Aloth died, then Seraphon died, and we barely lived. But we got through it. And we are gonna come back over here to rest. I was actually going the other way, wasn't I? But yeah, I'm gonna rest first.
What can I do for you?
Oh. I ran into a friend of yours, Eamon the Fox. Yeah, this was the guy who ambushed us.
No friend of mine. Let me guess, he claimed I recruited you and that I'm coming out of retirement.
Pretty much.
I don't know why no one ever believes me when I tell them that I've put that life behind me. Especially since I tend to kill him after.
He shakes his head.
In any case, I suspect old weasel-faced Eamon didn't survive his encounter with you. Dumb bastard never did know when to back down. What do you want?
So I want to rent a room.
How heavy's your coin purse?
And I think I probably want this one. The Might and Concentration, because this one is very expensive. I mean, even this... You know what? Maybe I just don't rest here. Nah, let's go for this. Let's just take this. We get the might bonus. I was considering not resting at the inn and just resting outside to get the some kind of food bonus, but I guess I can just do this. So we were going to the Radiant Court because we had found 2 more actors to the play, and that's when we got ambushed. So let's see how this turns out. Yeah, so those are the people I helped get into the play, Barquami and Terna.
Thanks muchly for bringing Taerna back to us. Her storm and weather spells will really strike an atmosphere for the play. And now that we've got a real big brute for Aethys, we can put on a proper play. Stick around for the performance. I think you'll be plenty pleased.
She spreads her hands as if about to take a bow, but instead she snaps her fingers together and the stage darkens behind her, signaling the start of the show. Okay, I guess we'll just watch it.
Ladies and gentle pirates, and rapscallions too.
Rapscallions.
You are in for the truest of mental treats. Without further ado, I present the Green Menace. Let us begin with our valiant new blood crews. The Lusty Rudder and Fortune's Folly. 2 ships adrift at sea for weeks and weeks on a venture most daring, in search of the uncharted islands.
Woe and torture. Months at sea with no treasure to show for it. You sure these uncharted islands exist, Captain? We ain't seen land for days.
Were they easy to find, they'd be called the Chartered Islands, wouldn't they? If you're thinking to mutiny...
I love it.
Land ho! Land ho! Got a lumpy-looking island coming on the horizon.
That's no island. That be the Green Menace. We are doomed for sure.
Souls and gold and glory, you will give these to me. For I am a god among gods, and a true menace upon the seas. Souls and gold and glory. Blame the dawn stars, for they have summoned me. And now, I must feed.
Will be the end for us, it will. Oh, Andra, take me now.
Oh god! Okay, that was planned. It was cool though.
And that's the story of how Aethys sank a fleet of our best tars. Like the Floating Hangman, you see the Green Menace coming, you sail the other way. Thank you. Donations and gratuity are greatly appreciated.
Maybe this is where I would learn about the Floating
loved us,
Hangman?
do you think? They goddamned loved us thanks to you.
Yay! So we got 1500 copper, which more than covers what we spent for her, which is cool. We got some fair experience here. And that's all?
Thanks again for your help. We couldn't have done
Okay,
it
it is.
without you.
So, I forgot the other quest, by the way. I have a quest in the King's Coffin for the Pietro guy, I think. We have to make him vomit. And we do have the ingredients for it, I believe. Hello.
Damn my gut. Just kill me now.
Skin, pasty, upper lip, beaded with sweat, the sailor sways and moans.
Lost my God's damn soul and stupidity. Andra, save me now.
So we're gonna give him the ingredients for Ondra's bile. Rosanella says it should work. Hands trembling, Pietro hastily mixes the contents into a wooden mug half filled with water. With a final nervous swallow, he lifts the mug to his lips and downs the concoction. After several moments, nothing happens, and he shakes his head, expression grim.
Oh.
But then he goes white as a sheet. His throat mottles red and his mouth pops open a little O of surprise.
Oh, God. He's coming out the other end now.
Iron Gut scoops up the vomit-coated gemstone and looks to be... oh god. What looks to be a black pearl the size of a small rock. He gives it a quick wipe down before thrusting it into your hands. God. Yuck.
Oh, now, if you'll excuse me, I need a change of bottoms.
Biting back a curse, he hurries off. Okay, what? This gives more experience than the one for the play? Where I have to fight Aemon the Fox? Jesus, okay, I'll take it. So now, the only place we have left is the Balefire Beacon. And I'm guessing that's where Captain Furrante is. Which was actually the main goal for us to come over here. To Dunwich. This is a big place. Principi marauders and priests and stuff. Ooh. Okay, we're going to the Balefire Tower. You look like new gold. This is stealing, but... oh, sorry, there's someone here.
Aye.
Oh, a fine arquebus, nice.
Aye, aye.
Steal?
Captain.
Yeah, I don't think it's really... I mean, it's better to steal from everybody, I guess, but there's not really that much of a reward for it, so... I don't think I'm gonna bother too much with it. Bird droppings crust over the iron bands of this cage. Okay, and there's no named characters here, so I think we can just leave. Rust and blood tinge this iron cage in shades of ochre. Gusts of wind rise from below with the smell of the beacon's fires. Okay. Maybe there will be a point to this area sometime in the future. Yeah, the music in this game is really, really good. Two-eyed Pim. What's over here? Oh, this looks fancy. Oh, lovely. Oh, very lovely. Scroll of Storm of Holy Fire. And salt. Just why salt? Oh, sorry. I was pressing tab and then I pressed alt, so I pressed alt tab and I got sent back to my wallpaper. which is not what I wanted. Okay, so there's Captain Furrante.
Much ado to you, Casita.
Okay, Captain. The Captain flourishes a sweeping bow. When he bends forward, the golden swallow-net slips from his collar to dangle on the end of its chain. He tucks it away as he straightens, but not before you notice the etching on its front side. It marks him as the third chair on the Consuaglo Mescasitas Council.
If you are looking for Ferrante, he is presiding over the Consuelo from his chair. You will find it seated in the center of the chambers ahead.
He has a very strange accent.
Elsewise, how might I be of assistance?
Oh. I can show him Benwet's swallow-net. I want fourth seat on the Consuaglo Mescasitas. Tell me about this Consuaglo.
Yes, our council of captains.
He tips his head toward the semicircle of elaborately ornate chairs aligned on the other side of the room.
There are 7 seats on the Consuelo, each occupied by a high-ranking captain within the Principe. Seat holders convene to vote on a variety of issues concerning the Principe's well-being. To claim a seat, a captain must have substantial backing and sufficient power, both politically and physically. Ferrante, the last Marcheso, holds the highest-ranking seat because the most ships in our entire fleet have pledged loyalty to his flag. As you can guess, the Sea Wolf, Aldis, commands the second most numerous fleet of ships. As such, she is the second chair, and I am the third.
He rolls his head on his neck as if to work out a stiff muscle.
Perhaps you would like to attend the proceedings when the Consuelo next convenes. You have my ear, Casita. Of what do you wish to discuss today?
So why do you speak like a Valian? The captain arches a dark brow.
I met Ferrante decades ago. Many years I sailed as his first mate before building my own humble fleet.
With an affected shrug, he sweeps a hand to indicate the room.
When in the Principe, do as the Valians do. Unless, of course, you have no care for tradition or the continued sustainability of our way of life, like some filthy new blood.
Is there someone or someplace I should avoid while in Dunwich?
You may have noticed a divide between old blood and the new. By
I
which
hadn't
I mean
actually.
those who descended from or otherwise hold old Valia in grand esteem. And the varied and often uncouth recruits we have since brought into the fold. I assure you the latter was supremely by necessity, though perhaps I am ill-equipped to throw stones. As a Casita of some repute, you will be most welcome in the king's coffin. But you should watch yourself throughout the radiant court.
Okay, let's show him Benwet's swallow-net. I want fourth seat on the Consuaglo Mescasitas.
The Consuelo will need to vote on it. But with your reputation, and if you vanquished Benweth, as appears to be the case, I do believe you are the most qualified to take his place, Ak.
So we can just make ourselves like the fourth most powerful pirate in the Principe sin Casita? I don't think I want to be a pirate, because I'm benevolent and a good-natured person.
I will speak with Ferrante so that he may consider the matter further.
But let's see how this plays out, I guess. So let's look at these chairs. Captain Mer Trevisillo is inscribed on the back of the chair. Captain Goldfin Chiara. Two-Eyed Pim. Aldis. Brutal Benweth. And Mad Morena. Okay.
Ah, Watcher. Good. You have arrived.
Chin jutting upward, he grants you a winsome smile. His left cheek dimples as the smile spreads to show teeth.
Ahoy there yourself, Captain. What do I be but a pretty bit of man-meat to dangle from a wrist? As easily forgotten as set aside.
Arms akimbo and head askance, Seraphim smirks. Ferrante rubs his thumb over his golden swallow-net, violent thoughts gliding over his face like dark clouds. Then he smiles, but it's a vicious expression more than a pleasant one.
A little seabird informs me that you have dealt with our mutual problem, the scoundrel Benwet.
His eyes glint as a fierce grin cuts across his face, and his lone dimple deepens.
Gelarde, for this you have my grandest commendation.
You'd have been right amused, you would. Few sights as fine as that hard-blowing three-sheeter getting what's long been doing.
Three-sheeter? What is that? I don't know, but it sounds fun. Hands on his hips, Seraphon juts his chest forward, blue fur expanding like a bird's plumage.
You are lacking in so many ways, my former ship hunter, that no one can say you are not entertaining. I myself would have enjoyed watching you put the scoundrel in his place.
You had it coming.
That he did. Indeed.
Ferrante strokes his fingers down the line of his jaw, eyes downcast in thought.
And as promised, I have prepared for you a fine prize.
With a sweep of his arm, he offers you a magnificent cloak. A cloak of... Really? This is the magnificent cloak? Jesus.
However, there is another matter of which we must now speak. I must confess to you a bit of a problem has arisen. One which speaks to your expertise with the supernatural. We've sighted the floating hangman that haunts the Deadfire.
Yeah, so once again, this is probably... When I spoke to the other lady and I had the question to ask about the floating hangman, I think the game expected me to have come through here before. Do elaborate. His lips thin, pressed taut as he half shrugs one shoulder, infuriatingly not committal.
This galleon, what likely remains of the Fonferros, is a frightful legend.
Fonferros, meaning iron strength. The Fonferros is the grand Valian galleon that Dracosic paladin Lucha Rivan used to flee the burning palace when charged to protect the royal family's sword.
We have been losing ships at sea, amico. And not to those Valera ship-hunting bastards. I believe the floating hangman may be our culprit. Fortune favors us, as I have procured a survivor from such a recent sinking. You will consider what she has to say.
Head craning abruptly to the side, he barks a loud order.
Come forth, Selenia. Quickly now, or I will run rivers of your lethargic blood.
Jesus. At that last, he smiles. Sun-blistered and raw-boned, the pirate regards you both with a disturbing glare. She tongues a chapped bottom lip, but keeps quiet.
Well, spit it out, Selenia, and try not to embarrass me before our guest.
Of course, Captain. It might have pretty hard near the end, but I spit the tale as best as I can.
The pirate touches a spot at the base of her skull and winces. She glances off to the side, eyes black and full of hurt. Ferrante sighs and rubs tiredly between his brows.
Go on, gent. I'm ready as I'm like to get me.
With a shiver, the pirate turns her black button eyes to you. Okay, I'll try not to press you to remember more than we absolutely need.
You aren't quite what I expected, Watcher. You're...
Benevolent, she wets her lips.
kinder than most.
Yeah. Selenia pointedly avoids Ferrante's gaze, a grimy hand scrubbing at her mouth.
Saw my old crew slaughtered me, my best mates, and even a few I hated. They weren't but blood and meat in the end. It branded the back of my eyes, that moment. High seas, nothing but blue all around. Then, mist so thick you could taste it. Ships sailed from within. Out of nowhere was a hunt, not for loot, but for bodies. The ship, it looked...
She gropes at her hip, but there's nothing there. Fingers fumbling at the air, she bares her teeth.
Rotted. The crew, they were all undead. Couldn't stop them from boarding. Couldn't kill them. Couldn't even fight them in the end.
Tell me about them, the undead.
They were dreadful. Some were clothed, like maybe they'd only recently died. Others weren't more than moving bones. One was different. Her presence was overwhelming. Heavy. Flames burned in the place of her eyes.
The captain?
The crew shambled hard to do her bidding. Even the ones who seemed hardly aware. Figured she was the captain, me.
She shrugs, gaze going far away.
There is a flag the Floating Hangman flies. A flag that once heralded the Fonferus of Old Valia. It belonged to a Darkotsi paladin of some legend, one Lucia Rivan.
I like his voice.
But Selenia's knowledge is limited in this regard. Let us instead ask her of a subject she may know.
Okay. So, how were you taken by surprise on the open sea?
Me and my crew were adept. Alert. Always. No. Weren't no one gonna get the jump on us. Was some magic foul. Just sudden like, the winds died, the waters fell flat and the air got heavy. They turned sky and the sea both against us.
The waters.
Then this thick fog roiled up at midday. Without a sound, the Spectre ship
She glides her hand in the air.
skimmed right out. It was too late. We couldn't outsail it.
And when did this happen? She ruffles a hand through her short hair, scowls.
Dunno me. Drifted for days, maybe longer. Kept winking in and out after I ran out of drink.
One of mine found her no more than a week ago. Malnourished, dehydrated. The poor girl was scarcely able to speak.
Well, I'm more than able to gabble now, aren't I? Could sail, too. No, you got no reason to keep me.
She flits her hands over the softness of her shirt. So, perception check? Yeah. Again, her fingers hesitate close to her hip, the fabric crinkled there, where a pistol might normally be strapped. A muscle ticks in Ferrante's jaw, but he otherwise ignores her.
Perhaps there is something else you wish to ask of our guest before she departs from us.
Is he hinting that he's gonna kill her? How did you survive the attack?
Calling me Craven? Huh, sure, I am.
Don't know what Craven is. She snorts. She rubs at the back of her head, rough, like she needs it to hurt. Like she needed to hurt.
Took a knock-in and I was out for a while. When I came to, they were eating Ganasco, our steward. I dropped a dinghy and rode for it. Don't know why they didn't give chase. Don't much care me.
That'll be all. Selenia cuts a glance to Ferrante for confirmation. When he dismissively waves her away, her black eyes narrow and she raises her chin, defiant. But then he turns his full gaze to her, suddenly seething, and she shrinks in on herself. Fists shaking at her side, she reluctantly retreats.
She belongs to Aldis, who undoubtedly will come to claim her soon. But that is a problem for another time.
Ferrante sighs.
One moment, Watcher.
The captain scowls at Selenia's retreating back, a dark anger warming his cheeks. So 17 perception. Selenia is loyal to Aldis, neither adhere to the same principles as you. Wonder chases across his face. It lightens the color of his eyes.
How very clever of you. Indeed, the White Kestrel and her crew were pledged to Aldis.
He drums his fingers against the blunderbuss strapped to his chest.
However, it is not by virtue of Aldis that Selenia yet lives, and I would have that well remembered. I can be a generous leader, you understand.
And you can be a ruthless one too.
Truly.
He grins, errant and dangerous. On his left cheek, his dimple cuts deep. I don't really like this guy. This guy is very creepy.
Allow me to cut to the heart of it. Lucia Rivan, whose flag flies atop our spectral ship, was a Darkotsi paladin who died more than 200 years ago. It is my hope that uncovering the details regarding dear Rivan's fate in life may illuminate the nature of her undeath and how to defeat her galleon. Unfortunately, the only soul who could possibly shine more light on our situation lies buried deep within Neketaka.
Okay, so at this point, pretty much everything is pointing us to Neketaka.
One Iser the Berethian, now well rotted, I presume.
Okay. And who is this Iser the Berathian?
Regrettably, I know little but this. He was an Ediran warrior priest of Berath, and a significantly fervent one, if tales are to be believed. He chased our Dakotsi to the Deadfire, hunting her to, well, to her death. Shortly after slaughtering our brave paladin, the priest died, possibly of sickness, or perhaps from a festering battle wound. He was entombed in honor of his service to Berath, in Nekataka's sacred stair.
I take it you have a plan?
Indeed, I do.
He flashes you a devious grin.
Though I and mine cannot so openly venture into the depths of Neketaka, nor can we commune with the dead. You, Watcher, are adept in both of these areas. Correct. You must search the temple of Berath on Neketaka's sacred stair. His heir's tomb within it should contain a chronicle for how and where he slayed our paladin, Rivan.
Okay, do we know anything more about Lucia Rivan?
By all accounts, our Rivan was a Dorkotzi paladin who sailed to the Deadfire in order to safeguard a royal weapon of Old Valia. She is the epitome of Grand Valia, of magnificence, honor, and duty. Living or undead, she strives still to serve her charge. And yet, we know not why, but a Berathian priest called Izir opposed our Rivan, and fiercely. They fought to the death. Rivan's, to be precise, in this very archipelago. Along with her life, Rivan lost the sword she had sworn to protect.
Maybe we can find this sword? He traces a dreary line down his jaw.
It has, lamentably, remained unfindable since. I believe it may be why she searches the seas yet.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Gelarde, do return when you've any lead that may navigate us to where the Floating Hangman anchors. I will be waiting.
He nods cordially in dismissal. So, like I said before, this guy, I don't like this guy. He's very eloquent, he speaks... well, he's very eloquent. He seems to be powerful, but he's very strange, very creepy. And just look at the amount of dialogue we have here. It's so long. But I wanted to check out how much experience we got from our quest. So we got the Cloak of Protection. But that's kind of it. Yeah, okay, we didn't get any experience, which is weird. Okay, so for the Cloak of Protection, I think I'm gonna give it to myself because they stack. Yeah, wonderful. Or, you know, I can just maybe split so it doesn't all come to me. Yeah, I think it's better to split it around. Okay.
Ahoy, done and done.
So let's see, I think we are done in terms of quests in this particular area. We have the Lantern of Gone, Lighted Path, Source of... must, okay. Tasks, which are all bounties. And then just reach the city of Neketaka. Okay. Okay, so... Well, at this point, yeah, everything is pointing us to Neketaka. So I think we have to go there. We leave by sea. Okay. Oh. You've received an important missive from Captain Aldous. So, you had a little run-in with Ben, and then you dragged it on to my doorstep. You could have wiped your feet before you stomped in, but I digress. I know what you did, and I know who you are. And unlike my unfortunately blockheaded second-in-command, I recognize a threat when it smacks me upside the head. So, this is me, Captain Aldous, commander of the God's damned New Blood Principe, leader of the second largest fleet of pirates in the God's fucking Deadfire, inviting you, a terrifyingly powerful and strange watcher, to come and meet with me under the strictest parley at Fort Deadlight, which is to say, I promise not to gut you when you arrive for dinner and drinks. Looking forward to having a little hard-side chat. I would like to offer you a partnership of the most glorious and goriest variety. I scratch your back, you gut my enemies from hip to jaw. We laugh at their deaths over a bottle of the finest rum. Oh, and when you come, bring some candied nuts. Your newest and dearest friend, Aldous. P.S. This is not a trap. Okay. Well, I did eat some candied nuts. Maybe I should have spared them? Where the hell am I gonna find candied nuts now? Can I supply? Let's see. Oh, what is this? Oh, a hull. Okay. Man, there's very expensive items in this game. Okay, I must have gotten a lot of money as well. Sails, more cannons. Okay, so just boat stuff. Captain's quarters. Upgrades the cabins of the captain to be more luxurious. Interesting. Okay. But that's pretty much all, right? And I think I'm full. Oh, this is what is the name? A Vithrak. It's a Vithrak. He's an expert surgeon. Interesting. But I think I'm full, yeah. Oh, I can have 2 more. Okay. So let's look again. Drunkard. I think I don't want these qualities, right? Malicious, drunkards, greedy, religious, drunkard and fearless. This one just says wilder. Interesting. Okay, let's just go, I think. I also wanted to do this, right? So you can go there. Or actually, these come here. I had water, I think. I also have a cannon. An Iron Thunderer, 6 to 9. Though the reload speed is longer. Oh! Ship's Carpenter. New achievement. Okay. The Principe colors. I think I have water somewhere, right? Where do I have the water? Ah, here. Okay. So, I don't have any candied nuts. Well, you know what? Sorry. Since I'm here, I'm just gonna check this out. Because there are people selling food here, and if they have it, I'm just gonna go there. If not, maybe I'll just go back there later. Okay, please tell me you have them.
A repeat customer. What can I...
God damn it. Do you have some?
If it's a drink you wanted, what are you having? I'll pour you a double.
Water. Also no. Man, please tell me they're not like a super rare food item and I just messed up.
A friend of the Principe. What would you like to...
No, I think he just has like combat items, right? Yeah, nothing here. Oh man. Maybe the guy at the king's thingy, Coffin. Because otherwise I think I'm just gonna go to Nekataka, see if I can find candied nuts there and progress some quests and then come back.
What can I do? Figured that out.
Oh,
All right,
sorry.
out. What do you want?
I misclicked. God damn it. Yep. Okay, well. We shall carry on then. There was also a vendor in Fort Deadlight, but I don't want to go there to just check the vendor and then he doesn't have anything. Because we're kind of far away, right? Yeah. So, I'm gonna go to Naked... Wait, what is this? Rafik, the Red Beard. No. Screw you, bitch. No. Can I spend some time here? I don't want to face that boat. Please say yes. Wait. Oh, okay, so I can wait until the evening, maybe. And hopefully the ship is gone. Please say yes. Please say yes. This just doesn't make sense. I'm gonna quick save, but how am I supposed to deal with this? Leave me alone! Just leave me alone, bitch! No! He's level 11! What can I even do about this? Yeah, it just doesn't make any kind of sense. I'm gonna try to escape. Of course. Now what? I'm never winning this. He's turning. I mean, what happens if I retreat? Your crew misjudges the wind's direction, failing to pick up enough speed to escape. The ship's sails abruptly flutter loose on their masts. God damn it. I mean, he's gonna shoot me eventually. Can I try again? No. Can I... like... is there a chance for me to retreat? Wow. He shoots 3 cannons at a time. Yeah, okay, I don't think it's possible. Oh. You order your crew to flee with all possible haste. The enemy vessel recedes behind you until finally it disappears from the horizon. Ooh. So we lost morale by retreating, and there's another one right there. Okay, I will say I am not pleased in the slightest about this mechanic. I really do not like it. This one says that naval combat is not that hard, but I mean she has double. God damn it. Well, guess what's gonna happen again? Well, 5 morale lost, but we are alive, so screw it. That's very dumb. That is very dumb. Wait, what is this?
The ring of a bell comes to you on a cold wind.
Ooh.
The ring comes again and again, until soon the air is full with the sound of 1,000 bells ringing all at once. You are alone. And then...
Oh. Okay, let's see. So this has gotta be Skane, without the ears and without the nose. No idea what the... Oh, she has a crown. A broken crown. So this must be Wodica. This is Berath. This is Magran. And this is Helia.
An indistinct figure stands before you, flickering between forms like a fire-cast shadow. A fixed, taunting grin. Bottomless black eyes. A yawning chasm in the earth. The aspects of Berath, the Usher and the Pallid Knight, shift in and out of focus. And at their back, 4 indistinct shades hover. You feel an eternity stretch out behind each of them, reaching back to places so distant and yet so near you cannot comprehend their size. The shifting image of Berath settles on the aspect of the Pallid Knight.
Watcher.
Her voice is the discordant clangor of gongs struck out of time.
I tasked you to discover Aethys's intentions. Tell me what you have learned.
Okay, so I think we started out by being a herald to Berath, and I don't really have any problems with trying to help out, I guess. Can't follow us. It's too early. Yeah, this is what it looks like, right? He's draining souls from the veins of luminous Adra.
The pallid night knits her brows.
He does not seek to return to the beyond? Intriguing.
Her sickly pale skin pulls tight across the bones of her face, as if the shell of this aspect does not quite fit the impossible creature it contains. The figure nearest Berath dissolves and reforms in the image of a thin-lipped, ancient crone, whose face has felt the melting kiss of fire.
Yeah, this looks like Wodika.
The goddess Wodika
Yeah.
strides forward.
So Wodika, the goddess of justice, law, oaths, promises, rulership, vengeance, memory, and hierarchies. Depicted as an old noblewoman bearing a broken crown upon her head. Said to have once ruled over the other gods, but has since been overthrown.
Does Aethys frighten you, Berath? He should. Magran subdued Aethys' influence once before, and yet he returned.
From out of Wodika's shadow shuffles a hunched, bald man you recognize as the god Scan. His skin is mapped with swollen lash scars, and breath whistles through the ragged hole in his face, where his nose once was. He does not speak, but stares up at Wodika, with naked loathing plain on his ruined face. Wodika steeples her long, knob-jointed fingers.
We must annihilate Aethys now, before he makes a rash decision we cannot easily annul.
She casts a sly look at the pallid night from the corners of her eyes.
A moon would do the job nicely.
Yeah, the moon would destroy Eora, not just Aethys. You would destroy Eora for what? Spite?
Wodika stares at you down her long nose.
I would destroy it all in the blink of your wide eye if I believed it would benefit me. Empires can be rebuilt. Souls can be reforged.
I do not like her, especially since what happened in PoE1.
Do not forget it.
Screw you, bitch.
The figure beside the aspect of Berath flows forward in a swirling cloud of ash. The ash falls to the tiles and reveals a molten-skinned woman, leaning on a monstrous, wicked-edged broadsword. Magran's glowing lips curl in disdain.
We must find a solution to the problem of Aethys that is neither do nothing, nor destroy the world.
Hey, a sensible god, oh my god. Well said.
I acted in haste during the Saints' War. You will not goad me into doing the same now. To move against him while his plans are unknown would be the height of foolishness. We must find wisdom in precaution.
Okay. What kind of precautions do you suggest?
Magran looks at you as one might a wayward gob of spit on one's shoe.
Lovely.
It is no business of yours what the gods decide.
And yet you need me. So you better be helpful.
Another of the silent figures steps forward, and the warm, golden light of a summer's afternoon spills across your face.
Let's all take a deep, calming breath. Perhaps cooler heads will prevail.
Behind Helia's words, you hear the soft coo of doves.
Aethys has been separated from us for too long. Isn't it possible he intends only to gather enough souls to reclaim his realm in the beyond? He should be welcomed.
You look up then into avian eyes. Through them, you see clouds of starlings converge and divide.
What if he intends to betray you?
Helia puts a feathered hand to her chest.
He wouldn't. Betrayal is not in his nature.
Scan shuffles forward.
Yes, yes. We should welcome Aethys' return to the fold. His gratitude we can leverage to cajole him into divulging his plot. Then, when he believes himself to be in our good graces, we do as Wodika suggests, and crush him into the earth.
So this is another one of my favorite gods. I don't know why, but I like evil gods. I just don't know why, but I like them.
Scan pauses, inspecting you.
Oh.
Ah, and here is the Watcher who killed Lord Harren, the man who tormented his dear niece, Alice. Curious.
Why is that curious? So, for those of you who might not remember, this Lord Harren was the man who impregnated his niece, Alice, and he was looking for her in the Deerford village. The Deerford village was a place that had a cult of Skanites that were trying to... I don't even know. They were trying to brainwash the girl Alice to go back to her house and pretty much just kill everyone. And we ended up saving Alice. I think we sent her away, and we killed Lord Harren for what he had done.
Scan licks the ragged edge of his lipless mouth and grins, then turns to Helia.
I did not expect such a deliciously ruthless idea from you, Helia. I am impressed.
I don't think that was her goal.
Helia's feathered crest stands on end.
You wretched little creature.
Attempting to end Aothas might only make things worse.
Your point is well made, little Watcher. If self-evident, Aothas has not been known to possess a vindictive nature. Indeed, he has occasionally been magnanimous to a fault. However, if we push him to the brink of reason, there is no telling what he may do. He is, as ever, unpredictable.
Something akin to fondness creeps into her voice.
Then what's the point of this exercise?
The Pallid Knight gestures for silence.
Aothas cannot be killed, but he may be subdued. Yet to do so will take immense power and time. Both stand in his favor.
I will say that just looking at her, this portrait here makes me want to play a paladin in a future playthrough.
Magrin grits her black glass teeth.
That is why we must ascertain his plans before he has the chance to put them into motion.
She begins to pace. Her steps leave little trails of fire in her wake. Magrin stops and balls her hands into flaming fists.
Even if we manage to destroy his current form, there is the possibility he could return if he has not already absorbed all of his children.
Absorb his children? I don't understand.
The Pallid Knight casts a cold, cutting glare in Magrin's direction.
Magrin speaks too freely. That knowledge is beyond your ken, Watcher.
Wodika waves the gods to silence.
Aothas gathers strength. His strength is a threat to us.
Her voice takes on a sharp, almost panicked edge.
There is no sensible answer to the question of a resurgent Aothas other than decisive, final action.
Saying something must be done seems like I'm siding with Wodika, which I do not want to do ever. At the same time, saying there's no cause to act now doesn't make a lot of sense, because he's just running through the islands, killing people, stealing souls. And I don't think that's good either. Let's just say nothing here.
We will act when it is appropriate to do so, and not before.
The Pallid Knight steps away from the half-circle of assembled gods. She pulls herself up to a great height. The words she speaks next come not from her mouth, but from all around you.
Follow him, Watcher.
The black of the Pallid Knight's irises expand until her eyes are as dark and cold as the void between stars. She bends down and brings her ghostly face level with your own.
Your debt to me remains unpaid.
I like the first option. I will do what I can.
She stares at you, unblinking. Like a needle drawn to a magnet, you are pulled toward her one compulsory step at a time. You blink open your eyes and find yourself on the floor of your ship's cabin, alone.
Okay, an interesting interaction there, to be sure. Oh, I'm here. Hello, Vela. Oh. Doesn't say anything. Wait, who is this? Oh, just a random, okay. So why am I here? In the boat? Just go to the world map, I guess? Yeah, like I said, a lot of dialogue. The good thing about this is that the story is interesting so far. But yeah, I kind of wished for more action. A derelict Valiant ship. So, I'm gonna quick save in case my English isn't very good right now. I think derelict means abandoned, so it should be safe to come here. But if I'm wrong, I'm gonna quick load. Beodal points at the ship in the distance. Galleon, Captain, a three-master, or it was. Not remains of the ship's foremast save a splintered stump, and the bowsprit has been sheared off. See how they crippled her? That's the work of pirates. Principi most likely, and probably the upstarts if they're raiding this close to Valiant patrol routes. Eld Engrim leans in close. Oh, I can... Oh. They'll have taken any gold, but they might have left supplies. Irena's brow is damp with sweat. We shouldn't stick around. If the Valiants see us plundering one of their ships, they won't give us a chance to explain. That's also kind of true. Still, let's look for supplies here. Oh, come on. Failure? What do you mean failure? You take a small boarding party and scour the galleon. Most of its cargo and all of its crew are missing, but you do find several barrels of fresh water and a few sacks of dried rice and coarse meal. It takes your unseasoned hands the better part of the day to finish hauling it aboard. Ah, so I guess the failure just means we take more time. So we picked up rice, hardtack and water. You're still aboard the galleon when Beodal calls out a warning. A ship with the lines of a Valiant privateer are speeding toward you. Oh god. The crew aboard the Defiant scurry across the deck, readying the ship for combat. By the time you've returned to your ship, hauled in the anchor and let out the sails, the privateer is almost upon you. Your crew rushes to their battle stations. Oh, come on, why? Just let me reach Neketaka. Dude, is he level 14? He's level 14, isn't he? Oh! This does... Like, somebody explain this to me. How does this make sense? Why am I fighting a person that's more than double my level? And has a ship with almost 3 times the HP? It doesn't make sense. Shitupek points to a dark spot on the distant horizon. Captain, a vessel approaches. You squint to the horizon and see unfamiliar colors snapping in the breeze. The ship draws near and its crew throws open the gun ports. Attempt retreat, fall back. Of course. The opposing ship bears down upon you before you have a chance to flee. Well, you know what's gonna happen again. Again, losing morale. Oh well. Let's just go. Man, I cannot wait to get to Neketaka and start doing some quests instead of just nearly getting killed by other ships. God damn it. Is this the Floating Hangman? A fog rolls in. Oh, Jesus. Out of nowhere, a heavy fog rolls over the ocean, so dense that you cannot see more than a dozen feet out of your ship. With the fog's arrival, the winds die, the waves calm, and the Defiant is left aimlessly drifting, the only sounds those of the hull groaning as if in dread of what's to come. Oh god. Eerie green lights pierce through the fog as the silhouette of a massive galleon approaches. Black sails, though tattered and rotting, catch in an otherworldly wind, slicing the ship forward at a rapid pace. Come on. The captain, a skeleton outfitted in tarnished armor with glowering eyes, surveys you from the quarterdeck of the decaying galleon. She wraps 2 fleshless fingers against her chest before pointing right at you. What the goddess of death has marked, I will leave untouched. She nods solemnly once, then with the tilt of her skull steers the ship away. Oh, Okay. So she knows I'm quote-unquote marked by Berath? As the floating hangman turns, several undead sailors shamble across the deck, hungry for a look at your crew. They scratch at the chipped and rotted railing, heads rolling on their exposed spines. So it's a ghastly and rotting ship that haunts a Deadfire. Manned by an undead crew, this vessel is rumored to becalm the seas and sails veiled within a natural fog. The ship disappears back into the fog. A few minutes pass before the fog fully dissipates and the winds pick back up, rustling your sails. The sea is clear, empty. The other ship is nowhere to be found. So was this just like an intro to the floating hangman? What the hell? A lethargic, misshapen bird drops a damp missive onto the deck. Try the critter cleaver. To Cordam, the captain of the Defiant. I know what you're thinking. I have too many lovable cats, dogs, pigs, birds and pigs. What? Like you, I once thought I could take in stray pets, care for their needs and shower each with equal affection. But we limited beings have only so much love to spread around. Unpleasant, unfair, unfortunate. That's why I took it upon myself to optimize affection and curtail my creature care. I bring you the Critter Cleaver. The Cleaver is a handy, ethics-free apparatus yanked from a genuine Gwithan dig site and restored to glorious functionality. Simply slide your favorite feline down one end and let the cleaver do its charm. So a cleaver to me is a large knife. So the best is yet to come. See, the cleaver remembers. Stick a white bird in there, it remembers. Purple pig, it remembers. It even remembers your pet's strengths, weaknesses and favorite places to poop. Now your furry friend isn't just going to slide out of the cleaver's business end same as it went inside. No, they come out different. Better. Sometimes. That's where it gets fun. Combinations. Want a bird to think like a pig? Want a cat to think like a different, better cat? The cleaver provides. You'd be doing me a favor of epic proportions if you gave the critter cleaver a whirl. Once folks see you using it, everyone will want turn. I've moved it to the far wall of the dark cupboard, which is at Periki's Overlook in Neketaka. You can find the cleaver just due west of the wooden fella. Okay. A friend and fellow animal lover. P.S. I fixed the insert receptacle so that it no longer accepts Orlands and, and gave it a good scrubbing. You are welcome. Oh god. Hey, we have reached Neketaka, my friends, and we were not killed by pirates, thank god. Man, it was looking grim, and I sincerely dislike that mechanic in the game. Really. Achievement unlocked. Heart of the Deadfire. I guess because we reached Neketaka? This is a much larger city, or a much larger area than the areas we've been before, it looks like. Are we gonna have a fight already? I don't like this because there, our tank, is all the way in the back and my squishiest characters are in the front. As you walk down the dock, your approach is noted by a cadre of heavily armored Almawa. Their leader briskly leads them to intercept you. The harbor... So this is because I'm an Orlan. The Arbor Master looms over you, not deigning to stoop or lower her gaze to your level.
You're far from home, farmer. How did you make it all this way in your little boat?
The Almawa cranes her thick neck to look along the hull of your ship. Her expression conveys equal portions incredulity and pity.
Why do we gotta be farmers just because we're from Deerwood?
Yeah, you tell him there.
Are you a farmer?
Yeah, but you can't just assume. We got rabble-rousers too.
As her attention returns to you, the Almawa's mood becomes more formal.
I'm the harbor master, Kauha. I must ask your reason for docking in Nekataka.
Okay, so these are not thieves. I'm carrying the finest hay in all Deerwood. Jesus Christ. Whoa. I'm not sure if I want to tell her. Do I really need a reason?
Yes, you do. You can't dock a ship in the harbor and have your run of Queen's Birth without giving me a good reason for docking here.
The women and men behind the Harbor Master set their jaws and straightened their backs at their leader's words. Deep within you, you feel an uncomfortable roiling. You can't be certain if the sensation is physical or spiritual, but it immediately induces nausea and fills your ears with the sound of blood rushing through your head. Cutting through the din, you hear a familiar woman's voice speak. Each word comes slowly, falling with what sounds like the chiming of a small bell. And yeah, there was the sound of a bell there. Not sure if you heard it while I was speaking.
Show them.
Oh.
Show them what you are.
Concentrate on folding the edge of the in-between. I don't even begin to know what the hell this means. So she wants us to tell them that we're her herald. Okay. Well, I'm a watcher and the herald of Berath. The whole Deadfire is in danger. Please let me pass.
I've heard enough. There's no room for you in Nekataka Harbor. Get back on your ship and head back to open sea.
Oh god, this is looking like a fight. We're gonna die. The front line is squishy. The harbor master gestures toward your boat. The women and men behind her nod and murmur in agreement. The nausea continues to build inside you, blood pounding against your skull. And there's the bell. Again the woman's voice, again the chimes.
I will help you.
Oh?
What's the matter with you? What are you doing? If you're trying to scare us with some cipher mischief, save the purple flames for the tribes of the Outer Islands.
The roar in your head begins to abate. The ringing of the chime becomes clearer, rhythmic. 2 successive peals followed by a brief respite. You realize the chime is ringing in tandem with your heartbeat. You open your eyes. The harbor master is gesturing wildly, presumably to get your attention and yelling in your face. But you hear no words, only the ringing of the chime as your heart rate slows, and slows, and slows, and slows.
Now.
What is this?
This is cool.
Run for it!
Okay.
Everybody saw that, right? It wasn't just me.
Okay, I guess, well, we reached Neketaka. We have apparently scared off the harbor master. Yeah, this is a very large area. That's a nice waterfall, though. Hey! Oh, so cool! A water wheel. Man, this place is awesome. Okay, so I really want to explore this area, but I have to finish this episode. So we're gonna start exploring Neketaka in the next one. So, as always, my friends, thank you so much for being here in the channel with me, watching some PoE2 Deadfire. I really hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm very much enjoying the game, with the exception of those stupid boat encounters. I really hope it gets better from here on out. But yeah, we'll see. If you guys have any questions, any suggestions, anything at all, leave a comment below. If you are enjoying the content, consider subscribing for more. There's videos coming out every single day, and it's also a free and easy way to support the channel. I hope to see you all in the next episode, and until then, stay safe everyone. 长气。